Yo, what is up guys, it's Bob Kronos and we're back with another video. So the 2x event, if you guys didn't know, I'm sure you guys already knew, but 2x what is it? The 2x Ancient Shard event just recently came out, and they also came out with this like kind of goodie bag for us to stay home during everything that's going on right now. So they didn't give us any Ancient Shards for the 2x event, but they did give us 3 Void Shards, which is really generous. 2 Arena Token refills, 1 rank 5 chicken, 2 rank 4 chickens, 3 rank 3 chickens, 1 3-day boost, and 500 energy. So don't forget to like pick that up in your inbox over here and pick up the things that don't have any impact. So they do have the 2x summons event, and there is a double chance of receiving a legendary or an epic. There's also a champion chase tournament to go along with it for the 3 days. So if you want to cop some energy for the fusion that's going on right now, then make sure to grab that. So for this summoning event, I want to get maybe some of the rares. I think I'm missing like 5 of the rares for Resin, so getting all the rares would be nice. And then maybe even a skull sworn or a drake, because that would be really helpful for my fusion as well, because I am going for it. Make sure to like pay attention to my channel, as I'm going to be trying to maybe release a video on this fusion event and my opinions on it. So let's get straight into it. I'm hoping for like any of the top tier epics. My chances of getting a legendary are pretty low. The last double chance event, I opened like 35 shards and I got Robar and Morty McCab, which aren't the greatest. I can't really book them out or anything, so like they're kind of just Vault Guardians. But let's get straight into these shard openings. I don't have enough space, but I will cut whenever I need to. And I'm gonna get some points for that energy champion chase tournament as well. So we have Frozen Banshee, which is really nice. Knight Errant. I'm not gonna go over everything. I'll only go over the champions that I know are decent. So we have Knight Errant. Attacks one enemy, has a 30% chance of placing a leech debuff, which they did buff in the most recent patch for 2 turns. Will ignore 30% of defense. Not terrible. Attacks one enemy, places a stun debuff, resets the cooldown of each of these champion skills if target is killed. Has a 60% chance of placing a 25% weaken, which can be booked up to 100. Damage is increased by 75 if this champion has full HP. Doesn't seem that great, to be honest, but we'll roll with it. Alright, next 10 pull. Frozen Banshee is really nice for clan boss, though. Missionary, if you know what I'm saying. Gorgorab, let's go. I needed him for my arena team, which is really nice. Which is a great legendary. I can put some resist on him. Let's go for Missionary. 20% chance of placing a stun, 40% chance of placing a provoke, which can't be booked up, has a 100% chance if this champion's current HP is higher than that target's. Is he based off of HP? He is. I see. Attacks one enemy, has a 75% chance of placing a 100% heal reduction for 2 turns. Also has a 75% chance of placing it. Should be booked up to 100 for both of them. It's okay. That great. Gorgorab is insane arena champion. So let's go over his stats. Attacks one enemy, has 50% chance of removing 1 random buff, which isn't that bad. Fills a turn meter of all allies and places a 50% increased attack buff on all allies for 2 turns, which is nuts. Revives any dead allies, then heals all allies by 25%, which can be booked up to a 5-turn cooldown. And I already have a speed lead for arena, so this isn't necessary, but if you build like max resist on him, it'd be pretty sick for the revive and the speed. Alright. Oh my god, I'm already out of space. I will cut back to when I have cleared. Alright guys, and we're back, so we have 20 shards left. Hopefully I pull something good. We already got Gorgorab, which is pretty decent for the arena, but I'm hopefully gonna get like one more top tier epic, or maybe a legendary. Hopes are kinda low. Kitus, 2 legendary. Crimson Helm is insane. That's awesome. Kale is also really good. Runic Warrior, Canoness, and Slasher. Let's look at Kitus first. Nice one, enemy. An 85% chance of placing an 100% heal reduction debuff for 2 turns, which can be booked up to 100. Places a 50% increase attack buff on this champion, then attacks 4 times at random. Attacks will be critical if the target has any buffs. Attacks all enemies 2 times. Damage increases according to the amount of HP this champion has lost. Is it based off of HP? No, it's based off of it. This is a secret skill and only becomes available when this champion has lost 50% of their HP, which is kind of weird. Ally HP in Arena is 33, that's not bad. Crimson Helm is a really good champion. We have the decrease attack on her one, which has a 50% chance of landing. Then we have attacks 4 times at random. Each hit has a 75% chance of placing a provoke. Places a block damage on this champion for 1 turn, which is pretty good. Places a revive on death buff and a 60% increase defense debuff or buff on all allies for 2 turns on a 4-turn cooldown, which is really good too. I think she's going to be really good for dungeons. And we have the HP dungeon aura. I actually did not start off with Kale as my starter, and this is my first Kale, so that would be this pretty good for progression in the game, as Aethel isn't the greatest. I will look at Canoness. So we have attacks 1 enemy, has a 25% chance of placing a 50% increased attack buff on a random ally for 2 turns. Not terrible, but it's not that great either. Has an 80% chance of placing a 50% decreased accuracy debuff. Has a 50% ally protection, 60% increased defense on a target for 2 turns, and places a continuous heal on this champion on a 2-turn cooldown. So you can have ally protection, increased defense forever on any champion. She doesn't seem great, but she's okay. Speed infection crypts is whatever. Alright, last 10 pull, guys. Burgess is a good pull. Rockbreaker is also a good pull for arena. Last one. Nothing. I don't think I got a single what is it? The Skull Sworn either. So Burgess has a 40% chance of placing a 30% reflect damage buff on a random ally for 2 turns, which can be booked up to 50%. That's decent. Places a 15% continuous heal, 50% increased speed, and a 30% reflect damage buff on a target ally for 3 turns. For 3 turns, it can be booked down to a 3-turn cooldown. Also places a 50% ally protection buff on all allies except this champion for 2 turns. Places a 60% increased defense buff on this champion for 2 turns. This guy seems pretty freaking good. He looks dope as fuck too. I think he kind of looks like Ethos. This is his passive. So places a shield buff on this champion equal to 10% of their max HP for 2 turns whenever this champion loses more than 10% max HP from a single hit, which is going to be a lot, which is pretty good. Places a 50% continuous heal buff on this champion for 2 turns every time their HP drops below 50%. Can be booked down to a 1-turn cooldown. That's insane. Guy's nuts. Increased defense in dungeons by 33. That's pretty cool. Alright, then we have Rockbreaker, the dwarf. This guy looks like a... so weird. Where are his eyes? Alright, so we have attacks 1 enemy increases this champion's defense by 4% each time, up to 20%, and of course his damage is going to be based off of defense. Then we have this ability has a 75% chance of placing a provoke debuff on all enemies for 1 turn and places a counterattack for 2 turns. which is pretty good. Has a 25% chance of increasing damage inflicted on this champion by 50% each time this champion is attacked. Oh, decreasing damage, I mean. And it can be booked up to 50%. And then ally defense in arena by 30%. So, that is everything. I wonder how many points I got. I got a decent amount of epic, which I'm happy about. So we got up to the 5-star chicken, which is nice. I'm 180 points away from this legendary book. I might go and try to farm my other things to get this. And I'm also going to be farming a lot for the Skullsworns, so I'll probably get a couple more points and get to that legendary book. But yeah, I'm going to collect this stuff for now. And that's basically everything. Let's go over recaps. We got Missionary, Canoness, Gorgorab, which is insane for arena offense and defense, which is awesome. It's also used in a lot of dungeons. Then we have Rockbreaker, which is insane for arena as well. Okay, everywhere else. It's mainly for his provoke that I think he's used for. Kitus, Crimson Helm, really good for arena and a lot of the dungeons. Knight Errant and Vergus. So I'm gonna go do a little more research on all of these champions and see which ones to start maxing out. I'm probably gonna start maxing out Gorgorab and Rockbreaker, Crimson Helm. Those are my main ones right now, and maybe Vergus. The other ones are probably gonna go to the vault, maybe in a future fusion. But yeah, decent amount of rares as well. But a lot of them will probably be food for my Skullsworns, because I want to finish this fusion. I think I have like 6 of them right now, and I'm like farming all the potions as well. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to stay subscribed and like the video if you can, and stay tuned for an upcoming video on the fusion as well as just videos in general.